小虎这个选手对我来说是，很权威的一个选手嘛，因为他不管什么方面的，就是实力都很丰富，不管对线，不管团战，不管支援，就所有的方面都特别顶级的选手嘛。但是我不觉得我不如他，就我也能做到这些事情，所以，希望这一次跟他对战的时候，我的。哎呀，我的实力爆出来的话，应该更好一点吧。
I mean, Rookie's been trying his little harder. He's been trying as hard as possible to try and make this happen, but it seems like he's just playing up against everybody in the game right now. And talking about this, this is Rookie's redemption. Unfortunately, we're going to have 2 winners on the Rift, but can we actually still have Rookie's redemption story come to its completion?
You got to feel for the man. Game 1, he picks the Lulu. Game 2, he gets lane swapped on, so it means no early game for him to actually play. He hasn't even put his foot in the water so far. Game 3, I feel like there's a chance, but he has to knock down the Rise. I think that's the big pick we all want to see him go towards. It's also a takeaway from RNG.
I mean, it has to be where he puts his stand. Otherwise, he goes home early today, and we're out early for dinner, boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's been just over an hour worth of game time. Yeah, he's hardly had any game time whatsoever. So it will be important to see what comes out of Rookie. But we're looking at how the teams are doing coming into this next game. We're going to have Red Side RNG, and then we're also going to have the Shy come back into the top lane here for Invictus Gaming.
And I know that we want to grab hold of the Shy, but before we do that, we have to talk about how RNG, no subs. MLXG's not coming in, Abel's not coming in, Zatai's not coming in. So they are staying with this strong starting 5, the MSI 5, and carrying it all the way through the finals. And then we go back towards, if they close out here, if they look towards Worlds, is this the same starting 5 that the other teams globally need to start taking notes on?
Yeah, definitely. If Uzi wins here, he's going to be undefeated throughout the entirety of playoffs. RNG did drop games, but that was Abel, not with Uzi. So incredibly strong performance, a highlight reel performance for him. I want to go back towards the Shy subbing in, and we were talking about Invictus Gaming needing a win condition after the laning phase, because they can't penetrate RNG during that phase. They need a mid-late game strategy, and that's what the Shy provides. He can go on the split pushing and try to drag the game out and kind of scramble the members of RNG and not let them go onto that 5v5. The big 4 picks I'm looking for are Aatrox, Jace, Akali, or Rise.
Yep.
Those champions are very strong in lane, and they can also provide side lane threat. So he has to pick one of those.
And ultimately, though, they need to also check to make sure that the same trick doesn't happen out twice, so there's not a delayed invade or some sort of level 1 shenanigans that leads to a lane swap. So pay very close attention to Invictus Gaming's early level 1 to see how they scout out and try to set up good, strong lanes for the Shy and Rookie to actually have a shot in this series.
Hopefully not having another game 2 and that set play coming from RNG absolutely crippling them in the early side of the game. Now, the Shy, that game right there, he was down 5 kills, and that was a team fight where he just came in and found 4 for himself.
And the Shy in this playoffs, he's actually proven that he can teleport as well as Duke can. Aatrox is one of those big picks. You can see RNG, they don't ban the Aatrox against Duke, but it's a must ban against the Shy.
And here's the thing, we've seen Aatrox versus Urgot multiple times in the LPL playoffs, and I believe you said it, Clement, that they consider it a skill matchup. They don't think it just outright wins one way or the other. And the Shy is the best Aatrox player that we have in the league.
Yeah, most of the time the Urgot is considered to have the advantage. You have the range advantage, you have the taking disadvantage, but not for Invictus Gaming. They're so individually skilled in lane. A lot of times they reverse matchups, and that's what they need to do here.
So is there anything that you can take away from RNG right now? Because this is a lot about talking about what you want as Invictus Gaming on your side. I agree. Top lane carry, mid lane carry, jungle, put them on something like conditions. You even called out the Zac right there, but is there anything you can do to wound RNG, or does it really just not matter since the champion pools are so big and the reaction picks are so strong?
I think the most important thing for Invictus Gaming is making sure that they get 1v1s and 2v2s. Again, don't get into a scenario where the map is breaking open early and you're not actually able to camp for your lanes. Then I want a jungler that has hard initiation potential for Ning. I don't care if it's Zac, I prefer it. Camille, Zac, Sejuani, whatever it's going to be. Maybe he even feels that he can have the kill threat and go for something like a Graves, as long as he has hard CC in those lanes, and actually get Ning into a lane instead of just getting dominated in the jungle.
Yeah, and that's a really big reason why the Shy is subbing in as well. He will take away so many bans from RNG, and that will open up Ning for that playmaking potential. For me, I have a controversial opinion, but I actually want Invictus Gaming to try and do something about the Kai'Sa. If they lose the early game in the bot lane, that's fine for IG. They've done it before, but I think it really does take RNG out of their stride, and it takes away away a big team fight win condition for them.
And I agree with you. I think you need to pay attention to the Kai'Sa, and it's nice that Invictus Gaming have the blue side, so they could priority pick it here.
Yeah.
But then ultimately, like, what are you giving away? Does that mean that they need to pay attention to things like the Akali, the Ryze, the Urgot, the Aatrox? You know, like, the list goes on and on.
Definitely does.
And I still feel that RNG are left holding all of the chips because
Right.
they've won the mental game. They beat out the Akali, they left the Aatrox completely open, and no one wanted to touch it. You know, they've played these mind games, and now I feel like the mind game was set up with the Kai'Sa, where Uzi's like, go ahead. Take it. I'll just show you my Vayne. I'll show you my Xayah. I'll show you my Varus. I'll show you my Ashe.
I mean, that's the key point right now, because they've already beaten down 2 of these compositions from Invictus Gaming. We were talking about pre-game, the fact that Akali probably should be permabanned. If that comes out, give that over to the hands of the Shy or even Rookie in the mid lane. That should be a free win for you, because you can assassinate whatever Uzi brings to the bottom lane. Didn't really happen. And then in those next game, we see Urgot, and that's all you can really bring to the table. So coming in now, it's like, really, what else do you have left in the tank here in Invictus Gaming, other than just going pure comfort picks?
And that's the scary thing about RNG. They actually have not shown their hand so far in the draft. We talked about Ryze priority, Kai'Sa priority. That's what has been happening throughout this entire series. That's what's been happening in Rogue Wars and TOP as well. So going forward into Worlds, RNG are basically, they've shown nothing. People don't have good scouting information on what their specialty picks could be. They've seen this one comp, and that's all.
Now, Clement, are you going to change your prediction, right? I'm going to give you another chance. I'm going to give the Razzleplasm. So you're going to call it 3-0 now to RNG? Because right now, it looks like it's going to be the case.
I have to. I'm sorry I had a lot of faith in
Good
Rookie
man.
and the Shy, but it looks like a 3-0.
Congratulations, you've come to the dark side. And that's what we want to see out from our analyst heads. We're going to send it over to the casters to get us into game.
You make me proud.
Giving it the old flip-flop at the last second. But of course, he did have 2 full games with the footage to perhaps influence his decision off of that. And we have to talk about how strong Uzi is right now. The Des talked about it, the Kai'Sa being a bait. JackeyLove is playing up in these team fights. He just needs someone to stand in front of him so that he can actually go toe-to-toe against Uzi.
You have to think about it like this. In game number 1, JackeyLove made a single mistake, and that was it. Against Uzi, against the best AD carry in the world, you make a single mistake, he can capitalize on top of you, no problems at all. And it means that coming into this 3rd game, you need to see picture perfect from them. You need to see it start in the draft phase, but they also need to execute past that.
That's a big one, picture perfect, because Invictus Gaming in one of these games had a gold lead. It was in game 1 where it looked like they were actually doing quite well in the laning phase, but it doesn't matter if you make that one mistake. So from Invictus Gaming, they bring in the Shy. That means that they actually want to be playing towards the top side a little bit more heavily. And so if they get more damage top lane, then they can forgive some of the mistakes being made in the bottom lane like they have in the regular season.
Well, we saw that strategy in game 1. It nearly worked for them, but as you said, it took one mistake from JackeyLove and the whole game got turned around, giving the momentum from RNG to bring them to match point. Now pick and ban has begun, and Royal never give up. They set the trap, and IG are about to fall right into it.
It's Invictus Gaming picking up the Kai'Sa this time round. Uzi has to find something distant, but FLICKR said it best. I mean, Uzi has so many picks that he can go off, and one of the picks that does very well versus Kai'Sa is Vayne, so I'm just putting it out there. He wants the style in his game number 3.
I am shocked that they let the Urgot go through in place of picking the Kai'Sa, but I understand why in taking that from Uzi. And you're right, he has got other options available for himself. The biggest surprise for me is that Kai'Sa, with no hesitation, with no knowledge of his matchup, once again goes for Lee Sin. And I was going to say Tahm Kench was a better option, but it seems that IG, they've got other plans.
Already the Alistar being set up for Baolan. He's looking to keep people off of JackeyLove, allow him to get those plasma stacks, and you can see the coach of RNG behind them holding up the 3, saying this is it, this is game 3, this is match point for the series.
And remember, having Kai'Sa and Alistar, great positioning if you're ever to snowball in a game, and also allows a damaged jungler knowing that you do have a primary point of engage. So Alistar works very well here. It can dissuade Uzi from going towards a Vayne, but I wonder, he picked up the Vayne in the previous series, even though he knew that he was going up against an Alistar. He's willing to do it.
Timer is running down. Uzi. All right, here's what we know. He's going to give it a hover just to be the crowd pleaser because it's game 3, but he's going to run it down to the last few seconds and try to decide what it's going to be.
Oh, no, not at all.
The old classic, Caitlyn makes a return.
Now, I saw this on Reddit. because he's been playing Caitlyn in solo queue. He's been building it up, nothing special. It's just saying that he has the range advantage. So the early laning phase here for RNG has already been the focus.
And shows that he doesn't want to just bring out the Vayne like that. He does want to end this with some confidence, with some control above all else. It could have been the Ezreal. He could have considered that as a potential option. The Xayah is still there as well if he wanted that, but he wants the Caitlyn, he wants the range, and he wants to beat that Kai'Sa down early.
Yeah, I think it's just as exciting knowing that we haven't seen any Caitlyn for the split, knowing that the risk that comes with it, knowing that if you fall behind early, your shots feel like pea shooters. So Caitlyn, great control, but you have to expect Kai'Sa to be paying a lot of attention to him so they can get the early towers down and give them the early advantage.
Now Rookie finds himself back on the Zoe in the mid lane. Xiaohu now gets the chance to hunt down counter pick against that matchup as Royal Never Give Up, looking at what could be their last composition of the LPL year. If they're able to close out this game on match point. Invictus Gaming, they've got damage all across the board. They've got a massive front line. Can they bring it back and try to run this series around? As Xiaohu looking at Vladimir.
And they know their matchup in the middle lane. They know that it's going to be Zoe once again for Rookie, and you'll see the second he sees the Vladimir, that cleanse immediately becomes an ignite. He knows the state of the game right now. He's going to have to be a carry. He's going to have to control the early game, and they need that 2v2 strength against the Lee Sin. It's hard against the Lee Sin. Vladimir, there's a chance.
It all starts with the mid lane from me. Rookie and Ning, the 2v2 there is strong, and they have to be able to take that lead and really give some tension towards the bottom lane. Jackie and Baolan will be able to take at least some of the experience in CS in lane. The problem is that it's going to be a ticking time bomb for that tower to go down.
And Ning's already fallen twice in this series, even on his confidence pick of Kane in game 2. But now he needs to be able to close this out to connect back against Royal Never Give Up.
And the thing is, that Vladimir could have been a Ryze. That could have been a Syndra into the Zoe matchup. That could have been a Galio for the team composition. RNG have said that we need backline access. We need damage to come out from someone other than just Uzi. And that's who it's going to be in this game. Xiaohu is the one they put a little bit of extra onus on in this game and say, you will also be carrying us.
And for what could be the last time, the coaches shake hands as the trophy stands alone amid Summoner's Rift. Will RNG be the ones who pick it up after closing out this game 3 against Invictus Gaming? You can hear the crowd wants it. Or will Invictus Gaming find their spirit, find their passion, and bring us back to this series?
There's a lot on their mind. Jackie Love recognizing the faults of the previous games. Rookie knowing that he needs to do that much more. He's had a spectacular performance in the finals so far, but he needs to win a game. He needs to make it competitive. These two players need to do it for them. And on top of that, the Shy wanting to prove that he is the king in the top lane. There's a reason why the top laners of the league respect him so highly. And for him to not have that game on the Akali, he wants to have that chance of redemption.
And as we zoom in on that trophy, we load onto the Rift. It's been a tidal wave of noise as the fans have cheered on their favorite teams. And now it's time to hear what could be the last chance in China for 2018 as we get into match point for RNG versus Invictus Gaming.
And this is not an easy game for Invictus Gaming to be staring down the barrel of a Caitlyn from Uzi. They've picked the Kai'Sa, they've taken it away from him, but now they have to lose their lane gracefully if they can. Maybe they get some pressure from Ning and control that 2v2, but that's where it always comes back to for me. If they hold the fort, if they give an opportunity for the junglers to make their part of this game known, that's when IG can make it happen.
And I think they're going to try and fight early, funny enough, knowing that they can weather the storm. 2 ignites. Baolan and Rookie getting it there. The electrocute. They're going
Two
early.
versus three. Ning flashes back, double knockup. Invictus Gaming chase it down. First blood, Rookie. Lemmy is running back to the turret, but IG successfully invade.
And how the tides have turned between games 2 and 3. Now Invictus Gaming, they invade the red buff, they take it away, and they get the first kill onto Karsa. Starting bubble, not a big deal in the mid lane. Rookie will be perfectly fine. IG come out big.
Yeah, IG doing so well. They wanted to give Ning that early game so he can actually look to try and track down Karsa. Karsa's going to be feeling it because going towards the blue buff early, sure, they know that. So Ning can either clear topside completely, take your Krugs a little bit more and side swap it, or he can try and track you down towards the Wolf camp. We'll have to see what that is. So far, he's keeping true towards the top side of the map.
We said that mid lane would be so important for Invictus Gaming. They're starting it off the right way with that first blood, but that's Ignite being traded by both of the supports. Karsa's down here. Might have been able to sneak through the vision, but Baolan is the target. Flash gets him out. Sonic Wave connects, but Karsa doesn't follow.
Can't follow any further. Once the Q had connected, RNG were already on the disengage. It was a very aggressive early start here for Ming and Uzi. They were the first people to put the Ignite down. Baolan actually used it as a reactionary measure to try and prevent them from following through diving. If the trap had connected though, they were going to get the kill.
All it takes is one mistake against the best AD carry in the world, and that could be game. Uzi on the classic signature of Caitlyn. Before the Vayne got pentakill at Worlds, he was known for being a terror in lane on this Caitlyn. And now he shows that it is still relevant here in 2018. No, but turning towards our junglers, Karsa missing that Sonic Wave, still hanging out down here.
He doesn't have the Sonic Wave for 4 seconds though, so he's gonna have to play very patiently if he wants to get a gank off, and Ning is already here.
Ning has been known for his lane ganks, known so much that the defensive wards being placed by RNG, you'd have to expect it. The last time we saw them going up against each other, in fact, last time Ning played in the game against JDG, counter ganks have been difficult because of been getting ward out.
But he swept his way in. He thought there was no ward in the bush, but as the sweeper timed out, he entered the bush. Didn't see the ward was there and does waste a lot of time where Karsa can take the wolves. You're absolutely right, he expects the lane wards to be there. That was very unlucky timing.
That means Karsa should be able to equalize now 16-16 in that jungle CS, but the assist gold for Ning should try to keep him just a little bit ahead of Karsa overall. Meanwhile, Rookie still doing everything he can to try to bully out Xiaohu on this Vladimir, and lane control later on is going to be great for the Zoe, but for now, he's just trying to bully Xiaohu off of these minions and keep him locked down.
Yeah, whenever he gets the Spell Thieves up, of course, he doesn't have Electrocute, unfortunately, so the extra bit of damage from Spell Thieves doesn't then turn into real damage on Xiaohu to push him out of the lane. So Airy means he's going to be all right in terms of just pushing through on Paddle Stars. Xiaohu's going to, in turn, keep safe in the laning phase. So while he's pushed to his tower, he's actually been accruing a lot of CS here.
He's been farming fine, but at the end of the day, Rookie does find himself access to the push advantage. Now Ning in the bottom lane, looking for Uzi.
Ming is right there. He's got flash. There's no heal. 3 autos, 4. They manage to find him. Ming flashes under the turret, and they're able to sidestep away from the tectonic shove.
And even with the headbutt coming through, Uzi didn't want to flash. He didn't respect it. Didn't think that the pulverize would come through and that the follow-up would go through. So even though the gank came in, Uzi's feeling comfortable.
Now the wave is crashing in up top. The Shy trying to clear it out. Karsa at level 4, but like you said, he has no mana.
Risky position to find himself in. Let Me can definitely start this one off. They're looking for the dive.
That's the first auto. Let Me takes aggro. The Shy tries to turn it, but they get the kill. Let Me gets away from the minion wave with a disdain, and the Shy forced to catch CS under turret.
Yeah, well played. They're even going to be able to get at it. We'll see it here.
Battlestar is ready. Sonic Wave lands, but he's going back in now that he sees the Battlestar flash over the minion wave. Gets the Ignite and an auto attack. Rookie finds the kill. He just gets sick. Exhaust, and Battlestar back into the wave.
Yeah, so close to his Sleepy Trouble bubble, but that was so well played, expending his flash to get the kill. At that point, Karsa thought he could get the damage, but remember he didn't have the Dark Harvest proc there, so his extra bit of damage wasn't going to mean too much on Rookie.
Now, a lot happened in a very short period of time there, and the things that I want to take away from this is the dive was good onto the Shy, but because Sion comes back, he cleared the full wave. He didn't miss any minions. They just got a gold value benefit basically there for the side of RNG. He then teleports in and will catch the wave regardless. So you see the CS difference between top laners pretty much even right now. Rookie comes top lane, is now 2-0. That is a big deal for IG, and I think overall, I would say that was a win for them.
We've been talking about the importance of Rookie this entire series, and even though the Vladimir was getting pushed into turret, he couldn't keep Rookie in lane to prevent that rotation to match Karsa's dive. Now Ning is looking for Let Me up top as the wave pushes out, but Brang has got a sixth sense for when he's being threatened.
And Ning has to place the control ward because with Let Me playing so safely, he's wondering why. In fact, I don't think Ning can get this even with the wave pushing in. Let Me's been playing so respectfully that he's just backed up. That being said, take a look at this.
These minions is where he'd consider it. Now that the wave is pushed, he's going to have to check. Sooner or later, Let Me's going to have to check the push.
Here we go!
Walking in, the seismic shove is ready. It's delayed. Let Me charges forward. The Shy gets some damage. Let Me gets flung side to side. It's a bounce house for the poor guy. But he's walking back under the turret. 200 health, and the Shy gets his kill.
He did the best he could without trinkets, and sure, he had a control ward, but he didn't want to expend it, and just face tanks into the Ning gank.
It was inevitable, and that was very patient play from Invictus Gaming's jungler in Ning. So he does the part that is necessary. They get the kill, and they even give that one over to the Shy, making sure that the top lane difference is going to stay at even, and that's a big Scion now that will have to be dealt with by Uzi as we hit mid-game.
And speaking of, Uzi was supposed to be heavily winning this bottom lane. That Caitlyn versus Kai'Sa, 650 range versus 525. He's down a full minion wave against that Kai'Sa as Jackie Love has been CSing like a monster. Still though, Uzi has the push with that Tahm Kench beside him and is keeping Jackie Love locked down here, but that's a headbutt. Jackie Love will get some harass.
And this is largely what Uzi had to pay attention to. Genk in the mid lane.
Plague flash pinned against the wall. Karsa!
Clean play. Karsa is that Lee Sin aficionado. You have to respect it. Execution on Rookie.
He is good on that Lee Sin, that much is certain. Rookie going down. No summoners, and Flash is traded in the bottom lane as well.
That's the Ignite. Balance level 5. Auto attack after auto attack. The Peacemaker narrowly misses. But Uzi sitting on the ace in the hole. Does he have enough mana for it? Decides not to fire.
But he has to back away. They knew that Karsa was mid lane. Easy to move now to the bottom lane. This could be tower.
Still running. That ward spots him out, but with double buff, he forces Jackie Love and Baolan all the way back. As you said, could be turret, double longsword, and they are pushing for it.
And you can see how much you get from the kill in the mid lane.
Yes.
How much control you open up on the map for yourself. The fact that the second they see Karsa mid, IG take the fight. RNG prepared for that, know that if they just survive the initial engage, Karsa comes bottom, Caitlyn works as intended, and that is first turret now to RNG.
It's a crucial mistake there for Jackie Love and Baolan, because they've actually been playing the laning phase so well. Flash not being there for Ming meant that actually Baolan was positioning so well to actually threaten Uzi off the wave. But then you look for that one engage. You disrespect Uzi with the headbutt pulverize Flash combo, and he's out. So at the end of the day, Uzi and Ming come out so much ahead, and they can now swap lanes.
Well, currently it looks like they're heading back down to that bottom lane as Rift Herald is only spawning in the next 20 seconds, perhaps wanting to extend the laning phase for Let Me, or could be looking at that Ocean Dragon next as they make their way down towards the mid lane now.
The wave is pushed out. If you look to the bottom lane, it's actually completely fine. So Uzi and Ming should come mid, and Vladimir should go bottom lane. That's the primary reason why the Vladimir exists, is to take the side lane and come in with a flank whenever he's necessary, whenever he's needed.
Hard to do without summoners. They're going.
Flash seismic shove. They found Xiaohu dropping into the pool, but he's got no flash. Ming with the save. Ignite burning him down. Airy is not enough. Xiaohu gets out alive. Uzi even sends him over the wall.
There we go, man. I mean, Ming came in clutch with that situation to help out his brother and Xiaohu.
Yeah, the perfect timing coming out of the Tahm Kench saves the life of his mid laner. IG, though, they still retain control of the middle lane area. It's a good thing that Uzi and Ming were already rotating to this middle lane because they were there coincidentally at the correct time.
Flash over the wall. Uzi gets knocked forward. Ming looking for the Devour, forced to pull it. Uzi walks up, takes the bubble ignite. He's dead inside of the belly of Ming. Dive onto the turret means that they're going to get another kill onto Ning. Rookie running as fast as he can. Bubble lands. Karsa is locked down. Baolan lands the auto, and Rookie finishing blow.
And big plays from Invictus Gaming now on the back half, reacting to what RNG did, saving, knowing that they had the numbers advantage. Now they press towards mid lane, but here comes the Urgot rather, to try and just push them back.
Yeah, good slow, get away from my tower. And for this point, Invictus Gaming are finding a difficulty in taking mid lane tower. Their option now should be move towards the Rift Herald. that would be the easiest way to break down mid. In fact, with the damage that they got with this push, would make it fall down off that one swing.
You get to see this fight again, the Hex Flash coming in from Baolan. And of course, he switches targets immediately to Ming, knowing full well that between Rookie and Ning, they have the damage to kill Uzi if he CCs the Tarm Kench. Now, Kasa does do a lot of AoE damage with the Tiamat as well as the tower shots, so that's where the trade comes in. But the second he's put to bed, the MVP there is Baolan for not getting rid of the sleep, making sure that Rookie gets his cooldowns off to secure the kill.
So close for Carson to get his second kill in that situation. Had his Q landed, obviously would have been able to follow through. He did a good job at saving what was a disastrous play. We'll have to see if he can actually replicate it next fight.
Now, Rookie is massive at 3-1-1 on this Zoe, down about 13 CS, but happy to make up for it, as he is feeling real happy about how this early game is going.
And he's also changed his build up a little bit here. The Oblivion Orb coming in immediately before finishing the Luden's Echo off, so wants to rush the Morello Nomicon as soon as he possibly can, maximize his DPS output against the Vladimir and remove the need for Ignite at all circumstances so that he can save that to deal damage when necessary.
Just playing the aggressive build, because playing passive against RNG has shown not to work out. Now, Jackie Love is still going toe-to-toe against Uzi. Again, acting as bait, but he takes some big hits from that Kaisa. Jackie Love still forced to take these. Ning has got to make up his mind. Meanwhile, Karsa has no hesitation, lands the combo, and Rookie is down again.
Not much you can do about that one. Didn't have flash, so Rookie was just a victim to the play.
Yeah, there's no way to kite that one out if you are Rookie. You're right, there's no flash. He's in a bit of trouble. The second caster is on top of him. The Shy is going to be able to hold the wave. Ning in topside. Note that while he was there, he didn't get anything major from that, so it just diffuses. And at the end of the day, RNG are the ones who come out with the free kill.
Because Uzi really created that opening in the top lane. The lane gank was coming through from Ning. Baolan was trying to ward at the right, and that exact same situation, ultimate from Uzi, just chunked down Jackie Love at a 20% HP. So what play can you make if your AD carry can't follow?
It's the fine line of pretending to be bait and actually being bait, but this time the fight breaks out. The target is Ming. Drops himself into the gray health, but not able to soak this much damage.
And they'll secure the kill for Jackie Love as well. So the AD carry now gets his share, and the push in the top lane is unenabled. So they're unlocked to do this one. They'll get the outer turret. The trade, not possible from RNG. It was a dragon. And an Ocean Dragon is good to have, but it's not the gold value that you get from that turret.
That does mean that IG are a bit more free to move around the map now that that has been taken. Of course, sending Jackie Love into safe locations is something they desperately need. They're trying to turn their attention onto the Rift Herald right now. Ming is making his way out of base, and IG could be poised to collapse.
This is a big win if IG can take this. It allows them to stop the threat of a 1-3-1. Let's go.
That's the teleport, but the Rift Herald has already been taken. Again, Rookie lands the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Karsa takes a hit to try and block it from Lightning.
And it actually forces the teleport out of the Shy to try and defend the area, diffuse the engage potential there from RNG completely. And the teleport was very good from the Shy. And he's someone who, when you compare top laners of IG, you would say that Duke was the better teleporter. But the Shy stepped up to the plate and been able to match it.
And now IG are the ones who have the potential to swing the game in their favor. It's just about dead even in gold, 24,000 to 24,000. But IG are sitting on that Rift Herald, and that mid turret is looking awfully enticing.
Yeah, they're going to definitely be looking for it.
What appear to be either drones or kites.
Oh, that's a Teemo. Get that out of here.
In the sky above Nanjing.
That is beautiful to watch.
Absolutely fantastic. Meanwhile, Rookie, lands the bubble onto Rookie.
Whoa, that
flash.
was a real flash.
Yeah, he actually flashed forward for that, trying to get the spell thieves off of it too. Ming was right there. That was a bit ambitious.
He knew what that meant though. If he was able to get the damage, that's mid lane tower with the Rift Herald being placed down. That would have been such a great advantage for Invictus gaming.
You're spot on. They'll still summon the Rift that he finds. Will get everyone to full health as well. So feeling very confident for themselves as they'll at least get the charge off.
Jelly continuing to finish it off. Void Seeker need to auto it in the eye. There you go. Finally, Jelly will go down. Ooh, very close. But the turret is still standing.
That's the difficulties of trying to siege into a Caitlyn composition. You send down the traps, and there's already the flank opportunity from Xiaohu. Yeah. What can you do here? RNG has an answer.
They are hunting for this. Xiaohu hasn't been spotted yet. He doesn't have the Predator though anymore.
That's the Weaver's wall.
They're committing.
turret has been broken down. Baolan has found Karsa, but Xiaohu in the back gets knocked away. Lands a good Hemo Plague onto 2. Rookie is his target. He gets out. Fear Beyond Death. They're chasing it down. And they got it. Rookie is dead. Ming saves Karsa as Jackie Love has already died in the front line, and another tank is dead. The Shy tries to hold the fort.
That was a great disengage from Baolan. Not good enough. Because RNG with that flank, Karsa with the execution, 3 people dead, and it could be more.
Looking for the turret right now. I don't think they'll look for the dive too threateningly. It is just Ning and the Shy on Sion, who has so much zone. He's able to body them away from the turret as well. So it's actually pretty well done from IG on the disengage to keep the structure alive. But at the end of the day, it's RNG still getting the picks they're after. You see the makings of their team fight. You see the potential that comes from the flanks if they have a Lee Sin and a Vladimir working in tandem.
And I think Invictus Gaming are thinking about the past. I think they're thinking about the 2 games prior where Uzi was the major threat. This composition is nowhere near the same.
That's the charge. Letme's being locked down. Baolan's on the way. Ning and Jackie Love are trying to catch up. Killer Instinct is ready for Jackie Love as they are just stacking up the plasma, and they hand deliver the kill, though Ning has to get the last word.
They have 3 minutes now. They can push this wave, a few waves, so they can get the bottom lane tower and set themselves up. Talking about Uzi, though, because they push him out, they put so many members there, they forget about Xiaohu and Karsa coming out of flank. Even though the headbutt comes through, you're still in the back line. Ning's got to get out of there. Same with Rookie. So the damage has been done, and RNG pushes them out.
And brilliant from Karsa to get himself in, get the assassination, and flash himself towards his allies as well to ensure Tahm Kench keeps him alive. The individuals from RNG is a big part of what's keeping them so well in this game, even if IG are the ones who start a fight.
Now it appears that while we were in that replay, Karsa again found a kill onto Jackie Love, giving him his 2nd death and putting Karsa on Lee Sin at 5-2-2.
Yeah. We always seem to forget about Karsa's Lee Sin, because when it comes down to the Lee Sin of the league, a few of them get to play it. Karsa doesn't often get the chance, and this is the game that he shows the world why he is such a fabulous Lee Sin player from the LMS.
This is the best possible game if RNG win this to put a statement to the entire world that says we're not just Uzi 1v9ing. We are RNG as a 5-man team. We've got a 5-2 jungler. We've got to carry Vladimir in the mid lane as well. That is absolutely a statement to everyone saying we're coming.
Oh, and look at the trap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karsa solo killing Jackie Love in his own jungle.
Yep, window's too small. Alistar thought he could save him, not fast enough.
And look at how Jackie Love is forced to play now, scared even to step into his own jungle because Karsa has put the fear of that assassination into him. That AP Kaisa going to be in some trouble.
And he's definitely put the foot in Jackie Love.
He did that too.
That's happening a lot right now, and at this point he's just hunting for it.
Now Dragon is spawning in 10 seconds. It's a cloud, but RNG do not want to give anything away.
Smell
the Sonic Wave lands. He's going back in and gets another one. No flash means Ning is allowed to walk away.
He's going to be able to survive that one. The flick luckily connects to that Lee Sin, something that he just immediately threw out. But Karsa unlocks the area of this Cloud Dragon. And you know, it's just a Cloud Dragon, but you take those because it's a free objective and you're pushing top side.
Now Xiaohu is split pushing top. It looks like Rookie tries to stall it out, but the Dragon has been taken out in the meanwhile. And Invictus Gaming are scrambling around the map.
Yeah, they're getting ripped apart. At this point, Xiaohu's going to stay in the opposite side, even though he doesn't have teleport. He's just saying that I trust the rest of the squad to be in position.
That's the Shy and Jackie Love hunting down for Karsa over the wall, but Ming with the save. Uzi in the lane, and he's pushed over the wall. Karsa is alive, and Uzi is free firing. Ming goes out, and Karsa goes in! Finds himself another kill at the cost of his own life.
Karsa actually shuts himself down. Uzi now in trouble, did have to flash away.
Oh! The flash bubble hits over the wall. He finds Rookie. The Ignite burning down, and Uzi dies. I cannot believe Rookie hit that.
Go to sleep, man. Take a nap. That's all that was necessary. This game is close. Rookie will not go out without a fight.
Not at all. 1,000 gold the difference with this turret as well. That's going to be even less. IG definitely still signs of life. Balan
has 3. They're trying to collapse. Balan, 3-man knockup. The Shy zoning. Can they keep Jackie Love alive is the name of the game. Xiaohu chasing it down.
They're just running.
He uses the Hemo Plague, but now Jackie Love is forced to chase out of here.
No, don't take that exit.
Jackie Love! He's found himself face-to-face with a grab. Fear beyond death is fear for IG as RNG find one. The Shy going low. The Shy down. Final knock up as Xiao gets gifted over the kill.
Get out of here.
And finally locks it down. 12 kills to 9. 21 kills in 21 minutes.
I mean, Rookie comes back to base and he just finds fire across the map. He did a great job and he realized that Jackie still stayed too long on the
They
map.
are doing a Baron right now. There is not a lot of rotation for the side of IG. Teleport in 20 seconds when the Shy respawns.
Jackie Love is only up in 6, and he does not have a TP with a trap line set. Ning, he's got no Weaver's Wall. He's got no way into the pit. Rookie is ready, but he's trying to get up to the pit in absolute darkness. Sleepy Trouble Bubble goes in.
Have to
That's
go
Ning.
now.
Xiao who's zoning it away. It's at 1,600 health. Ning walks forward. Flashing
Oh!
at Sails. The Baron. Ning keeps Invictus Gaming in this series. Abyssal Voyage as Ming heads Rookie off, but a Battlestar turns it around. Baolan in the back,
They want
and
the
they
fight.
keep it going. Knock up onto Karsa, and Invictus Gaming are winning the fight. They found 2 kills, and Leppy is running for his life.
This game's not over, man. Invictus Gaming will catch you sleeping. That was excellent out of Ning.
Starts with a Baron steal and it ends with IG getting kills. Now they've got a 700 gold lead and they start to get control of the map. Maybe it needs a miracle to get them in this game, but Ning, he finds it.
You know what? I'll tell you the secret. I tell you why Ning just did that. There's only been one Baron steal up against Invictus Gaming during the regular season, and it was Karsa.
They found Xiao Hu, defending a turret by his lonesome and forced to pay the price. Invictus Gaming are set to break the base of RNG.
Yeah, they remember it. Invictus Gaming out of nowhere come back into this game. This could be it.
They're still pushing in top lane, actually. Uzi's mid. There's no trap line set up. Jackie Love's going to take this down very quickly. RNG so far on the back foot.
This is a massive minion wave. Rookie steps up, gets pulled back out of this, but the turret goes down. The inhibitor is still standing, and IG are able to set up a defensive line.
Yeah, smart to go back now. Rookie doesn't have much mana and HP, and Xiaohu will be up in 10 seconds. Take what you get and come back onto the map with your Baron buff.
And with 2 minutes on the clock, Invictus Gaming gets to look for a round 2 of this push against Royal Never Give Up, and let's see how that started.
Ning just flashes in range, max range smites that one down. This is where the re-engage from IG comes in. Tom Kench tries to flank, but it opens the door to Baolan to just headbutt him forwards and take the kill for the rest of the team. And that's also entry to Jackie Love to start the fight off in a front-to-back manner, and that's where IG shine.
30 HP on the Baron. Last HP you could notice, he comes in for that smite. RNG wanted to burn it down because Invictus Gaming were nowhere to be seen, and they were squishy champions. They come in for just a second, they get blown out, but Ning found the sliver of a window to get in there.
And that was Uzi on the back of the pit. So much of his team's damage nowhere to be seen next to that Baron as he was forced to turn and run after the steal was completed. But RNG bite off too much more than they can chew, and they give Invictus Gaming an opening. The question is, what can they get with it?
Well,
as
looks like
teleport
bottom.
is on the way, Jackie Love is the one who's taking this as the wave crashes, and
They've
still
got
50 seconds on the Baron.
3 completed items for the carries. That is a Void Staff done for Rookie. He will one-hit Uzi at this stage of the game with the items that he has. Jackie Love, he's gone towards the 3 evolve build. He is trying to maximize the damage that he can put out right now as well. They are so equipped.
And just take a look at Rookie's positioning. This is where you want to be as a Zoe in this game. The best positioning, how it just snowballs out of control. He wants it.
Oh, that's the hit we're talking about.
That's all it takes, and suddenly that turret where Caitlyn had all of the traps set up is free to take. That is the hardest thing to deal with if you're Caitlyn. Zoe on a flank right there just diffuses you completely.
Tier 2 is broken, 7 turrets to 3 for Invictus Gaming. They're up by 5,500 gold, and the push continues.
And you didn't think they were going to stop there.
They're going for the fight, they're not hesitating.
Abyssal Voyage into the back. Baolan is trying to hunt them down. He knows something is fishy, but it's in the other lane. They found Jackie Love, and Xiao Hu looks for the assassination. Emo playing about to pop, and he gets it. Jackie Love is dead. Uzi joins the fight, and RNG turn it around. Karsa goes golden to survive, and buys time for Uzi to fire onto Baolan. Ming saves Karsa. He flashes away. The Shy finally locks down the kill, but Rookie is still free firing. Can he burn them down? Finds another one, but Uzi will chase the Shy to the ends of the earth.
What a back and forth game. Just like that, RNG pull it back. If Karsa would have followed through on that kick, Rookie would have been dead too. So for that fight setup, IG had to respect it, and that's the result of it all.
RNG are just so good at taking a snap team fight, just choosing this is the moment and going for it. A Vladimir going into the backline with a Tom Kench, something you don't often get to see. And he just finds access to the carries. IG rather, don't get to front to back. They are completely routed and the fight's gone.
And you've got to look at the player cams for RNG. They are laughing and smiling as this is going on. IG are deadly serious, and here's that flank.
It's a good timing for Rookie to get the Sleepy Trouble Bubble because Karsa wanted to follow through on this. So Vladimir finding that backstage access, able to eliminate Jackie Love, and that's your damage there if you're Invictus Gaming. It's just, you're very lucky that the kick didn't follow through. Otherwise, RNG gets that sweep.
Yeah, the Q missing is the only thing that saves the fight here. You'll see Rookie throughout all of this is able to hit bubbles, zone people away, and the Shy is a very tanky man, but he's just trying his best to buy some time. And of course, there's the kill on the Ming, a big thing of what saves the Shy.
And though we're seeing RNG equalize these fights to get themselves back into the game, they're still 5,000 gold down, and Invictus Gaming have clear map control. The situation in which that Zoe absolutely thrives. They've got wards all across the map to try to force RNG back into their base to look for more picks because the Baron is up in 90 seconds. If IG get a second, it's down to the inhibitor line for RNG.
You would have to expect with how well they played with the first Baron rush push that, you know what, you don't want them to get the second one. That could be them coming back into the series. RNG needs to stay calm under these circumstances.
You can't help but feel like Ning, he steals a Baron once already. Karsa, perhaps it's his turn in the spotlight to do the same. He is known for stealing those away. He's on a Lee Sin as well. IG, they'll start with control of the area. It's about how do they make the decision. When do they commit to hitting the Baron? And when do they commit to turning and fighting? Because if I was IG, I'd want to hunt down Karsa first.
Well, currently it looks like Karsa is trying to hunt you down before you can even get started on that prowl. The Dark Harvest Lee Sin at 6, 5, and 4. Uzi, meanwhile, 2, 2, and 3 at 3 items to match the 3 items of Jackie Love. But stopwatches have been picked up by a few members. Jackie Love sitting on his own. Another wave crashes into the inhibitor turret. Let me force the recall.
This is a good wave. I don't know if Invictus Gaming follow up on it just because Baron comes up in 20. You can use that time to back up.
Much poke and harass, but Xiaohu walks up and clears out the wave with Proto Belt. It continues to crash in. Karsa's on the side, lands the Sonic Wave onto Ning.
Don't do it, man.
Oh, Uzi gets harassed a little bit here as well. Now under full health means he's at risk. That is Zoe one-shot territory. You can see IG, they threaten now, but look at Karsa with the Qs on.
Face in the hole, Baolan goes in. Xiaohu's in the back. That's the Predator to try to get in. The Shy is tanking hits. Uzi forced to back away from this. Ming ready for the save. But they're maneuvering around. Righteous Glory. Xiaohu still being spotted out by these flanks. The Battlestar Rookie flashed for that, but doesn't find it. Xiaohu goes in. That's the Hemoplague. Karsa tries to bait, and IG are backing away. Battlestar onto Xiaohu, but he goes down into that puddle.
There we go. Nothing happens out of this one. But Invictus Gaming can now back away towards the Baron buff and look for a pick. The only thing they have to worry about is there's no mana on Rookie, but they are looking for it.
But they also don't have control of the middle lane. RNG still have an avenue of access to the Baron area, but can they get there in time with how fast that dies?
Look at that shred. 4,000, 3,000, 2, and 1. Invictus Gaming take the Baron. The bubble man. Uzi is forced to back away from this. That's the Weaver's Wall, narrowing the choke. Karsa gets saved, pulled out of the fight. Can they equalize the damage? Baolan is absorbing so much. As the bubble splits the wickets, and Jackie Love goes in, Uzi goes down, and Jackie Love finds the equalization. 2 key members are dead, and Invictus Gaming 5 versus 2.
That's a teleport coming in from Invictus Gaming. They see it as lights out. There's no way Karsa could come in and help. This could be game.
35 seconds on both respective carries may just be all it takes for Invictus Gaming to bring us to a game number 4, and they are looking for that end immediately. Look at Rookies tanking turrets to get hit.
Baolan is denying the recalls, but Invictus Gaming, they will not go quietly into the dark. They stand defiant in the face of Kings, and they turn onto the Nexus with Jackie Love getting the glory kills, bringing the series to game 4.
Imagine this, RNG so close with a 3-0, but just one Baron steal to come back. Invictus Gaming aren't out yet.
It's not EDG, but you've felt this before. RNG start 2-0 up and they drop a game. And that feeling in the back of your mind is, will they drop 2 more? Will IG get momentum from this? Always questions you have to ask. because that felt like a very IG game. They have control through mid lane. Rookie goes off. Jackie Love comes in late game and has the big carry performance.
And once upon a time, there was a summer where Invictus Gaming, not Invictus Gaming, RNG, were 2-up in a series in the finals and got reverse swept by Edward Gaming, losing that first seed. It hurt for RNG, and it feels like it happened again. The momentum has now moved towards Invictus Gaming.
Very heavy swing back. You can see that gold graph as RNG try to meet Invictus Gaming head-to-head, but find themselves coming to a toe against a Rookie on that Zoe, putting out massive damage that you can see, buying enough time and space for Jackie Love, and all it took was one miracle to get Invictus Gaming back in the advantage with that Baron steal from Nick.
The Baron steal, but a couple of other things do need to be mentioned. Firstly, they picked a Scion, they picked a tank, they played a tank in the top lane, and they looked for a conventional League of Legends 5v5 composition, and that's what they used to win with.
And Rookie had another great game too. Once again, Rookie styling, and he has to get the MVP here.
Yeah, huge setup from Invictus Gaming, but now it's time for our analysts to break down that game 3.
Thank you, Dom, and yes, indeed, we have a series on our hands. And I immediately want to follow that conversation from Raz saying that will the reverse sweep happen? Momentum hasn't been stopped. This is a different team that we're seeing now here for us.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the brakes right now, and I understand. We're building hype. It's nice to see that Invictus Gaming, they got a bit of fight in them, but ultimately, IG was pretty much, or excuse me, RNG were in control for majority of that game. I don't know what the casters were watching for a minute. I'm going to say that, yeah, it was a miracle, but it was a goddamn miracle that we even got to game 4. Like, Ning had to come through and find that Baron steal, and it gave them enough time to actually get back into the series. That shouldn't have happened.
We all should have listened to past Clement, but unfortunately he is dead, and he's been replaced by current Clement, who actually decided it was going to be 3-0.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling, Clement?
I feel like you should never listen to Raz and never go the path of the flip-flop. It always comes back to haunt you. You should have faith in yourself. You can accomplish anything you want in life.
All right, so let's take a look at this game. What was the big turnaround? Let's start from the draft.
All right, so the big thing for me is that we did correctly predict that Kai'Sa was the first pick coming in from Invictus Gaming. They did have to have a mid and late game option, and I want to defend my opinion about the Shy a little bit because they basically took away all of his split pushing champions. He didn't have that option anymore. That's why he went on the Scion. It's a semi-global. You can play around with it. So Invictus Gaming, they're saying, you know what? Our bot lane, even though we gave them the better matchup in Game 1 and Game 2, they didn't do much with it. Let's just put him onto a scaling option right here and force RNG to change their playbook.
Yeah, and then likewise, as I was watching RNG's draft go through, I was like, okay, Urgot, Tom Kench, I like it. Okay, Lee Sin getting a little bit frisky. The Shy comes in, you leverage so many bans at him. You want to play top side of the map. You got the Lee Sin, you got the Urgot, it's going to go all in. And then I see the Caitlyn, I'm like, it's Uzi, so I'll let it slide. I'm not letting it slide anymore. I don't like it. Play something else. Something that is much stronger in the meta right now. I understand that when you go for the Storm Rages, you have the Caitlyn, you can just like, boom, dunzo. But we didn't really get to see it. It's not the same impact of the Kai'Sa. I feel like there's a lot more options for him if you wanted to go the Varus route, the Xayah route, anything. I'd even prefer a Vayne.
Yeah.
Just don't do Caitlyn again.
Aside from that, I think the big thing you look from the RNG composition is that mid-jungle synergy right there. We've seen this a lot from Karsa and Maple back in the LMS. It's basically you hit level 6, you kick someone with the Lee Sin, and they're absolutely dead. You also have the Predator on the Vladimir where you can chase on and slow someone with the Predator. There's no way anyone is surviving that, and I think they played around that early spike so well.
Yeah, and it's in tandem with the Hemoplague, which is also kind of the big key factor there. You drop the Hemoplague, you then immediately have 100-0 kill pressure with just basically the Lee Sin and a small assist from Vladimir, and it was just beautifully to watch as they just ran it into the mid lane twice. Like, what could Rookie do? He's got no reaction time there.
Not a lot. I mean, just go to side lanes. He did manage to pick up multiple kills by just rotating into those side lanes, looking for those early skirmishes, and managed to make some plays happen. But that's all we really saw out of the early game. The rest of it was him just getting smacked in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely. You look towards the Baron play, and RNG was in full control. They were up 3 or 4K. They had more towers, more objectives, more map pressure. It looked like they were going to close out the game. And that's why I agree with you. I don't think the momentum shifted, because if it wasn't for Ning, this was a 3-0 perfect series for RNG.
And I do want to give credit where it's due. Ning, before I had very high expectations of him back in 2017. His stats were ridiculous. He was playing out of his mind. 2018, I don't think has been Ning's year. He made up for that series, at least with that type of steal. But for me, this was all about Rookie. This guy was straight Hodor right now, hitting any of these bubbles, just like holding the line. He's everywhere. He's like, someone do anything. And Ning's like, I got you, coach. Thanks for the first 2 games. I'll get us back into the series. But ultimately, Ning comes up clutch. But for me, Rookie has been clutch this entire series, and it's about time the rest of Invictus Gaming wake up.
Yeah, you have to say Rookie has probably been the best player so far in this
He has been the best series.
Yeah, in this series, he's definitely been the best player, but unfortunately, he's not been able to carry his team the whole way through. Now, we are seeing a strategy kind of evolve around here. He is going hard on the Zoe pick. It's a pick that if you can snowball with map control, you can make anything happen. We know that a lot of people don't like the Zoe champ, but this is why you pick it, because it has a very, very high ceiling for him.
Right, so the recipe is here from Invictus Gaming. This can clearly work, but this played into RNG, who kind of handicapped themselves just a little bit, bringing the Caitlyn in there into the bottom lane, not with the same press. They managed to beat out the mid lane, but then didn't have anything as the game progressed.
And we're just going to see more of these rookie highlight plays. And the thing is you can still understand the Caitlyn pick. Like, I don't think it's absolutely, like, there's no space for it, especially when Uzi is playing it. I just feel that there were other options, and going into Game 3, you know, it's classic RNG. Maybe they don't fumble a draft, but it's not as ideal as you would have wanted it. But then they just, again, have that pride and that confidence that, you know, it's Caitlyn's Uzi of all picks. You know, he can play whatever he wants. He's the best AD carry in the world.
This was a bit of a messy game from RNG, and I feel like that's what really set them behind. Multiple picks coming in from Uzi, from Rookie and Ning to extend the game to one Baron play.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like RNG, with how well they are doing and coordinating that stuff, if they can just tighten their game a little bit, it's tiring down the stretch. If they can tighten up a little bit, the series should still go to them.
And it does feel like it's coming down to, as you mentioned, Frost, those clutch plays and who's performing up in those moments. Ning's going to take our MVP because of that clutch Baron steal coming out here, even though you're absolutely right. I feel like Rookie has been the one who has been the duct tape. He's been holding everything together.
Where's the justice?
I know. I feel so bad for Rookie. You try so hard, but in the end, it doesn't matter, and you give it to Ning.
Let him touch the trophy. Just let him touch it. Nah, okay. Again, credit where credit's due. Ning, I was a huge advocate for him back in 2017. I thought this guy is going to be the next big thing for Chinese jungler. He's going to be right up there with MLXG. Clearlove was also performing at that time. I thought Ning was incredible, right behind Condi. Slumped a bit in 2018, but then has these pop-off moments where I'm reminded, yeah, this guy was an up-and-coming jungler, and he still has it in him.
But I mean, that's the thing with Ning, right? As we look to him in this series, it's like, is this guy actually going to perform compared to the opposing jungler like MLXG or Casa? Because Ning kind of just has to coast when he's in game with star talent across the board. It's like, fantastic, mid lane wins, top lane wins, you know, bot lane wins, and I just do whatever I want in the jungle.
I actually really agree with Clement's point earlier. I think the way that you unlock Ning is that you have to almost keep the Cheyenne to leverage the ban so Ning can find a champion.
Definitely, and honestly, if Ning just doesn't play a front line that can die very easily, he actually doesn't have that many weaknesses. You talk about Talia, something he can hang back and just farm it out, make the map plays and picks. That's good for him. I'm sorry, excuse me. I just don't want to see a Camille play.
I know it hurts.
I just don't want to see a Kane play for him, not a Lee Sin play. Something that he can be useful in the team fights. That's a big point for Invictus.
Be useful in the team fights. Like kind of the opposite though, because we're talking about the Zac as a potential pick for him, but that also allows him to also like jump in and just die and then still be good. You know, so we need options here for Ning, but it does seem like it's going to come out of the jungle, how it influences the top side and the mid lane. Does this happen again for Invictus Gaming though? Was this just a flash in the pan and now we're done because RNG are going to buckle up and we're going to just have like a normal draft come out of them and just going to lay it down?
Again, it was a sheer miracle Baron steal that allowed Invictus Gaming to even get into Game 4. I still expect RNG to close this one out. In my opinion, they should have closed it out last game, and it was just, frankly, a misexecuted call on the Baron.
Yeah, frankly, I don't think IG have actually demonstrated they have a way out of Vladimir Lee Sin combination right now, so I still think Game 4 goes to RNG.
Yeah, it's a matter of whether Invictus Gaming, they've run out of gas as we head into our fourth game. But hey, we have a series. We'll see if they can bring it back.